on in this world, but I can't tell y'all on this bus. Like, and then the kids like, I ain't like the government listening. Soon as our kids said that, why the bus driver eyes turned red like a robot and sent that message, he recorded it and sent it straight to this building where it's a whole bunch of government officials sitting down there on computers with headsets listening to every phone call that we make.
Oh man, absolutely. Yeah. And so here is the thing. And I can tell you there's been times when I was on the phone with Lonnie. There's been times when I was on the phone with Auntie. There's been times I was on the phone with Mac. And Trey, I'm telling you, we can talk about anything. I mean, we can be talking about anything in the world. But when I started breaking that, especially when that George Floyd stuff was going on, when I got deep into what I see, that is the reality of what's happening in this world, it started sounding like, have you ever heard a record playing backwards?
Yeah.
That's what it would do. And I'm like, hang up, there go the devil. As a matter of fact, Auntie and I were on the phone last week, and I was telling her, I don't even remember what the topic was on that, but the same thing happened. And so I said, let me hang up and call you back. The devil done picked up. So I believed, have you ever watched The Matrix? Because I know that was before you were born, obviously.
Wait, you talking about like the Matrix as in like the little spot thing? Where they were fighting, or is it
Yeah, where they're fighting and they're in this computer program.
Yep.
You have watched it?
I think I have seen that.
Okay, so now that you've seen They Cloned Tyrone, you could go back and you could watch that. I think that that's good. That's what I'm doing right now, is rewatching that. But I'm rewatching that. Well, I watch it all. I study people. I study all that anyway. But I'm rewatching it because when I first watched it, I was young. I was naive. I was building. Now I'm fixing to be 54. And I know and have seen in my life truths, like real things that I believe are truths. We can call it whatever it is, but I know this. I know I saw it with my own eyes, and I see it, or not with my eyes, with my own intuition. That's a better way to say it. But I can see through this filter that's there that shows me certain things. Like you've seen the commercials about the perms. Now there are attorneys who are going after these perm companies because it's creating cancer. So, and Aunt Jean just died last year with regard. She died before I started seeing those commercials initially. And she had, the cancer in the upper extremities head, that area in multiple places. So it's things like that. And there are other members of our family that have different related conditions that I do believe are related to perms. And the reason I stopped getting it was because of the extreme pain that I had with my scalp. And so I stopped getting them. But I got them for many, many years. And so I do believe what happens is there really is an agenda. Now, right now, there's an agenda about population control. So when there is an agenda to reduce the population, who do you think is first on the list that they would like to reduce?
It's us.
Exactly. Right.
But this part, like that perm part, it was such a hidden meaning that some people missed the exact meaning. Like when she was sitting there complaining about her life, she's stressed out. The lady sits there. Soon as she touches the wig to her scalp, she exhales and she relaxes. Why is that? Because the perm is a relaxer. That's a hidden.
It is a relaxer. Absolutely. And it keeps you blind, right? Because before that, she was complaining about her job and being mistreated. And then it was like, oh, this is so relaxing. And here is the thing. If you notice too, in our communities, our women go to the beauty shop every week. Every single week. There's very few
Granny was
communities
one of them.
other than
Granny used
ours
to do
that
that.
do that, huh?
Granny used to do that.
I know, because
Yeah.
it's something that's built in, and it is this attachment. It's the chemical. It's all of that, and we don't know what is in that that's creating that, but we know it's probably not good, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that was in there, it was the perm. Oh my God, it was another thing that.
Man, you gotta see that one part with the old man sitting outside the grocery store, and Fontaine and that girl, she had walked up on him, and she
Mhm.
like they asking him questions because
Right,
he said straighter is greater, right?
right.
And he had a little drink, so Fontaine knows that the old man knew something because he seemed wise. But the lady, she was like, "Come on, Fontaine, he drunk, he don't know nothing." Even though he was drunk, he solved the whole thing. He gave them every piece of information. And if you pay attention, there's this word. It's called Bagala. It was like a city, but what it really is in the Bible, that's the hidden land. That's the lost land. It
It,
says it in Psalms.
okay, and it was what? It was what again?
Let me go back to it.
I'll go
So
look at it. I'm sorry. I just got a text and I've got to,
okay,
yeah.
it's probably good because I probably need to get my butt up out of it too.
But we will continue this conversation. And I am going to do a video on They Clone Tyrone. I'm trying to
I'm gonna
start
send
my
you one on
channel.
TikTok. The one that woke me is this look. It's an African American girl, and she understood every message.
I did
Like when I
too.
tell you, she broke that thing down. The ones that I missed, she broke down to me.
Well, send it because I'll plug her in and tag her on the video that I do as I walk through it, because I don't need to double do the work if it's already done. But yes, that's why I wanted me, you, and Jada to sit down and watch that together, because I knew what it was going to be. I knew, and that's what I'm saying from an intuitive standpoint. Like there are things that you see that you're going to see it because you're going to have the same gift I have. So and you already do. That's why you're making this phone call. So
Nah, for real.
yeah. So I love you. Kiss my baby for me, and let me get to work. But we will revisit this, and I'll probably, when you get off or whatever, we need to get back on, and we'll do we'll do a video together to follow up on this call. By then I should have already done the other one. Yeah.
Because once I send you it and you watch it, you might not even make it. Because to be honest, so many people, like black people, are waking up. This movie
Yes.
just woke us up as a whole.
Yes.
Because like that one part, and that's my last thing on the subject. But like when Fontaine was walking when he was at the gas station, he walked out, and you remember when he seen that guy walking up the road bleeding?
Yep.
You know that was him.
Oh, really?
That was his clone that had got shot the day before.
And then the black car went and picked him up.
Yeah, that was a hidden message to black boys in the hood. It's like, it's crazy that growing up in the hood has got y'all so mind controlled that y'all will watch y'all own brother. He could even look like you, die, and you won't even speak about it. You just act like it never happened. Y'all don't stand together.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all don't stand together at all. Y'all are over here letting these white people assimilate y'all because they rather make y'all like them than to kill y'all off. It's deep. I'm telling you. It's so deep. That movie deep.
No, it's deep. It's definitely deep. And there are a lot of messages there. And yeah.
Like that and like, yeah, you ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man, once you watch them TikToks, it might make you rewatch the movie.
No, I always rewatch those movies. That's why I'm rewatching The Matrix. I always rewatch it because I do. I see. And even just watching, like when I watch reality shows, when I watch different things, I do not watch the news because I know that it's in the news. Now that's one thing. It's in the media, and that's one thing that They Cloned Tyrone did not put in there. And that's a big thing because it controls what we do, how we vote, all of that. If you stop watching that and you operate based on what you see in your life, I promise you, you will see this when you go to the store. You will see, did you see on TikTok where the blind guy was walking and there was a white blind guy and he was like losing his balance? He grabbed somebody's arm and they would look and then they would like help him to where he was going. In the same exact experiment, a black guy's coming through. He's blind with the cane. He grabs somebody, different people's arms, and they start wiping their arms off like it's an infection and whatever. And at core, that is how some people feel. Now, it's not all, but it is some. And I do think there's a whole education that I've got to do, and I really need to interview. I know who I need to interview. A prior therapist of mine. So I need to call him and see if I can get him to do it. If not, I'm going to have to try to do it myself, which, from my memory, which, because I purposely, because it's he walks you through history. And that's what originally opened my eyes to a lot of things. And then I'm like, oh, so I see it. And what happens is we see it, but there's something called a paradigm, which is where I'm starting with teaching. Is something called a paradigm that is like a blinder over our face. If you think of it like sunglasses, and everything we see has to go through that filter. And so if that filter is built based on brainwashing and what you've gotten through school, what do you think? Remember when you were in, was it second grade or fourth grade where you got in trouble for going to pee too much? And I was like, no, we're going to the doctor. No, my son need to pee when he need to pee.
No, real talk.
And so the issue, all of that was to teach you how to do what? Follow orders. Control your bladder. Pee when I tell you pee. Exactly. You little slave. Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I saw it from the beginning. That's why I wanted to just do Montessori. But at that time I was building and didn't have Montessori money. So we had to do what we had to do. But I made sure to teach you to think for yourself at home. Because if you don't, and you follow what's being taught at church, what's being taught at school, what's being taught, you will have a paradigm that will not let you see it. They can tell you, slave, get out of here. We're not even going to provide service to you. And you like, it didn't have nothing to do with me being black. It wasn't because I was black. That person was just rude. Okay, bitch, please.
Mama, even think about the TikTok influencers. And it's funny when you really think about it. But any person that's blew up on any type of social media is a whitewashed black person.
Oh, yeah.
Person that goes viral. And then think about this. And this was important. They're trying to end the population of black. They're trying to lower our population. So that's why they push biracial couples.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Like, this is low key.
Well, but here's the thing with that. I mean, I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know. But here, I think the reason biracial couples are happening is because the Willie Lynch letter, which I've never gone over that with you, but that will be something I'm going to go over in the videos too. But because of slavery breaking that happened back then, our minds, that breaking, when you train a dog, remember how Max was trained? Not to say people we're dogs, but I mean, dogs are more simple than we are. But the training and teaching and cultivating happens the same way. But with Max was trained. He didn't pee in the house. He knew how to go outside. He knew how to stand at the window and hit them little blinds to be like, open the door. Now, when Amelia came, did we send Amelia to get trained at K9 University?
No.
Exactly. Why? Because he did what? What Max did. When Max went outside, Amelia went outside. That's how it works with people. And so when you take 400 years of enslaving and mentally conditioning a people, every generation after them is going to be affected by that. There is no way that is disconnected from where we are today. But then you say, I'm going to set a law that's going to even the playing field by giving affirmative action. Well, that's like saying you've been racing for 400 years. And now guess what? at the finish line, I'm gonna let y'all in. No, I'm gonna let y'all in the race, but you still got to go back to the starting line. You ain't starting at the finish line. The race is over. They didn't, the race is over. So it's like, we're gonna let you play 400 years into the game. And so it is not equal. But let me just say this. You can create what you want right now as far as the amount of money and economics in the Black community. There is enough money that we could all be millionaires over and over and over and over again just on our dollars. So as people become more aware, then they will move and behave in a way that is more aware. Does that make sense?
What it did to me. I promise.
Yeah. So you'll start thinking about where you're spending your money, how. As a matter of fact, I would like what I'm on now.
That happened yesterday. That's exactly a part of the conversation that me and Katie was having. It happened.
Yeah.
I was breaking down my bills, and I'm like, in reality, I don't even make the amount that my bills totals up to be.
Right.
Like in reality, so while I'm being comfortable trying to smoke gas, because to be honest, if we're thinking perms are relaxers, that's the reason they put drugs in. To relax us, to keep us in that state.
Absolutely!
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it woke me up, man. That movie did it.
Good.
I told Katie, I said, we need to stop. Because in reality, when we sit there and smoke, these days go by and we be comfortable sitting in the house playing a game all day. And in reality, that's not what it should be.
And that is why that's the design of it. So here is the thing. You don't have to keep, so remember, think about the elephant at the circus. When the elephant's really young, they tie him with this little bitty chain to this stool. Now, a stool. If I tied you to a stool, would you be able to keep walking? Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
and so they tie him to a stool. Now the stool is settled and heavy, so that little elephant can't move it, right? But when that booger gets to be tons and tons and tons and however big, he could just step away and move, but he don't even try anymore. Yeah, because his mind is broken.
It's already been there for so long that he don't even think it's possible. But in reality, he can take one step and that chair gonna break.
It's over. And that's what dreams fulfill and what I try to put out in my courses. And I had started when I was working with this mentorship program to build it in a way that is a paid program. But I feel like the people who need the program the most and the information the most may not be in a mental mindset to pay for it. So I need to make that information available to everybody. So that's why I'm doing it to YouTube. That's how I'm doing it.
And my like that is crazy. Mm-hmm. It is it is really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because in reality, at first when I was finna go into watching it, my mind was in a different place.
Mm-hmm. I was looking. You thought it was gonna be stupid.
What threw me off? Yeah, what threw me off was when I watched the movie and I realized Tyrone didn't come up to the end. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, "There's messages in this." They wouldn't name it after him for no reason.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. That like this is something, and it's gonna be another part to it.
Wait a minute. Who is Tyrone?
Tyrone's at the end of the movie. He was the last clone shown on the news. Remember when they were sitting there in their house and he was drinking and smoking, and then he seen himself on the TV, so he chugged that liquor. He just started drinking it, and his homies looked at him. He like, "Yo, that's you."
Yeah.
And then the movie cut off. That was Tyrone.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's Tyrone. Right
you
there.
know who I'm thinking was Tyrone was Fontaine. That's who I was thinking. Yeah. So okay, I got to go back and watch it.
But if they keep fighting about it, movie makers are going to stop making movies because they like, you're not letting me use my rights. So it ain't going to be nothing to watch on TV. It ain't going to be no controlling nothing in a minute if they keep telling people what to do.
Well, you know what? Things are going to happen the way that they're going to happen. It's time that people wake up. And actually, if you go back, this isn't the first movie like that. Did you see Get Out?
Yeah, of course
I
did.
Yeah, that That was good. Yeah, everybody saw that. I think half the family saw it with me. I saw it 5 times at the theater because I wanted to make sure. Huh?
Mama, the crazy part that got me though was because I believe in God. Because for a minute I was struggling. Like I didn't know if that was just some white people wanted me to believe in, or because I would see pictures of KKK with Christianity on their wall. And
Absolutely.
That would throw me off, Mom.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there. I'd be like, so you telling me I was sitting in church from 3 to almost 12. And this is the only thing I believed in. I lived half of my life following orders from other people.
Right.
I lived half of my life following them orders from other people. And that's when I was like, this is what I'm going to say. I believe in God, but I'm not believing what these pastors be talking about half the time. If I'm gonna get in touch with God, I'm going to get in touch with him through my Bible.
Okay, who sing that song, You Get It From Your Mama? Baby! Look.
Cause I ain't gonna lie. Like that little thing with Mercedes, that rubbed me the wrong way. And that ain't nothing big, but in reality, when Mercedes had her wedding and Pastor Walker had seen all of us grow up.
Well, here's the point. Mercedes was there before Pastor Walker even became part of the church.
See, I wasn't born for that. I ain't know. See, I ain't know that. Oh my! See, that make it a lot more.
Well, so I mean, at the end of the day, there is definitely an enemy that we're fighting, and I don't want to give it a person's name, but there is something. And things like just the original mission of the church. You remember growing up, the mission of the church. You remember they would go down and get the kids from the projects, bring them to the church, feed them every week. Christmas time, bring them. We had to bring gifts to give them gifts, support the families, walk through the neighborhoods, all of those things. Maybe they are doing that now. I don't know, but it was a different church when I was active. It was a different church. The church has changed. Everything has changed. And now it's different, but there's also the whole issue we can go all day. See, me and you, this is going to be in trouble.
I'm pulling up to my job right
now. No, not to your job, baby, to your business. You cut hair, you are a barber. To your business. So use your words.
Yeah, you're right.
Use your words. That's right. You're not your job. It's not a job. And so that is why you work hard, because you're creating it for yourself. You're creating. Yeah. So I saw that post yesterday. That was strong. So anyway, well, love you. We'll talk later.
Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.